Want to go someplace new? Yeah, you do.
Just follow me. I'll lead the way.
See something new.
That was a good moment.
Learn something new. I think this is so fun.
Meet someone new. Nate B in the house.
There's always something new under the sun.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS. CBS Mornings,
They always do.
Catherine Herr, every weeknight on Eyewitness News. The CBS 47 studio is sponsored by Sanger Chevrolet Buick GMC, Fresno County's only Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
And we start this morning with breaking news overnight, a deadly shooting in southeast Clovis. And this happened in a neighborhood near Temperance and Shaw. Police say 3 people were shot. At least 1 person is dead, and the 2 others are in the hospital right now. At this point, detectives are working to talk to witnesses to try and piece together what happened here. We do have a crew heading to the scene right now to get more information. We will bring you those updates later on in Eyewitness News this morning. Well, another officer-involved shooting investigation underway, this time in Fresno. Officials say a man is in the hospital in critical condition, and the shooting happened last night on North Valentine near Belmont Avenue in West Fresno. Fresno County Sheriff's deputies were responding to a 911 call from someone saying a man with a knife was trying to.
Within about 10 minutes. And they had contact with the subject with a knife. Shortly after that, there was an officer-involved shooting, and the subject was shot.
Investigators say the man is expected to recover, and we're told another person at the home may also have a knife wound. No deputies were hurt in this incident, and the Fresno County District Attorney's Office is now helping with the investigation. And we have an update to a story we brought you as breaking news yesterday. Family and friends are now remembering a 15-year-old killed in a car crash. Fresno police say Liliana Romero was one of 7 teenagers in the car when it hit a tree on Barstow near 4th Street. And officers say they found 5 passengers trapped in the back seat, including Liliana. 2 were seriously hurt, and police say 2 teenage boys ran from the crash, including the 17-year-old driver, who was later arrested, suspected of driving under the influence of alcohol. Family and friends held a vigil for Liliana last night.
We used to get called the 3 Musketeers, me, her, and my brother, until our little one came along. It's weird to think, like, well, she's not here anymore, so we're not the 3 Musketeers.
A GoFundMe account has now been set up to help with funeral expenses, and you can find the link up on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. On continuing coverage, we could find out today if the human remains found in Wyoming are, in fact, Gabby Petito's, and they were found 2 days ago, and investigators say they match the description of the 22-year-old. The search continues for Petito's fiance, Brian Laundrie. Police say he returned from a couple's trip on September 1st by himself, 10 days before Petito was declared missing. His parents say he's now been missing for a week, and Petito's family says they want answers.
First word that popped in my brain was coward, to be honest with you. You're supposed to love her. You're supposed to marry her. I wanted to text him and just be like, please, please give me something.
The Laundrie family attorney had been planning a press conference today. It would have been the first time a representative for the family has spoken publicly since Petito. The attorney called the press conference without explanation. And so far, the FBI hasn't released any details on the cause of Petito's death. Well, in the North Valley, now fire crews expected to knock down a house in Merced today after an explosion linked to a possible drug lab. The home exploded yesterday at Colma and Derby. Take a look.
I wonder what happened. I heard it. My whole house shook.
And that was the aftermath there, a massive blaze. This is viewer video sent into Eyewitness News. So you can see the moment the home went up in flames. Police found a large amount of marijuana in the house, and they believe a honey oil lab ignited, causing the entire home to blow up. And those living in the area say the explosion could be felt for blocks.
I come out, turn the corner, whole thing's in flames. The car's being licked by flames, and if you look, you can actually see the window shattered.
And crews say a man was severely burned. He was airlifted to a burn unit in critical condition. Investigators say they're still working to determine who else lived in the home. No arrests have been announced. Well, back to our breaking news this morning. A deadly shooting in southeast Clovis. This happened in a neighborhood near Temperance and Shaw. Police say 3 people have been shot. And we do want to go out live right now to our Natalie Vera, who's just got to the scene with more on the investigation this morning. Natalie.
Good morning, Megan. Well, this happened on the 2700 block of St. Gabriel here in southeast Clovis. And as you can see, police are actively on scene. We know that they're talking to witnesses and trying to collect more evidence. Like you said, Megan, 3 people have been shot. We know that 1 person is dead. 2 of them are in the hospital. We don't have any details about the people in the hospital or their condition. But again, as you can see, this is an active investigation. We know that it happened just after midnight here in southeast Clovis in a neighborhood near Temperance and Shaw. The street that you're looking at right now, that's blocked off, is Rialto and Coventry. And like I mentioned, police are actively on scene and they're talking to witnesses and collecting more information. At this time, it's unclear whether any of those 3 people were involved in the shooting amongst themselves or if they're just victims. But as more information becomes available to us, of course, we'll bring you the latest here on the air and on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Reporting live here in Clovis, I'm Natalie Vera. Back to you.
All right, Natalie, thank you for the update there this morning. We'll check back in next half hour, but this morning, let's go ahead and send it over now to our Anthony Bailey with our first look at that forecast. Hi, Anthony.
Good morning, Megan, and good morning to you at home. Beautiful weather all across the Central Valley, and, well, we're going to see those temperatures heating up a touch. We start off with the view over Visalia on this morning. The Kuya Health Cam for you. Their temperatures, of course, going to be looking pretty nice for you. There's a view of Madera as well. They're in the North Valley. 63 degrees in Madera, 59 for Visalia, and 67 degrees here in the Fresno area. Light winds generally across the valley floor, and a snapshot of your day ahead features temperatures in the 80s by lunch. But we do make a return to the 90s later on today. Stick around and look at that full forecast. It's coming up.
All right, Anthony, thank you. And new this morning, President Biden getting ready to deliver his first speech to the UN General Assembly as president. And the president is expected to continue to push for a reset with world leaders following 4 years of the Trump administration's America First policies. Bradley Blackburn is outside UN headquarters in New York with a preview.
President Biden is in New York to address the UN General Assembly for the first time since taking office. The president arrived in the city last night. He then headed to a meeting with Secretary General Antonio Guterres, during which Mr. Biden affirmed his support for the UN.
The vision of the United Nations has never been short in ambition, any more than our Constitution. But the ambition matters.
Aides say President Biden's speech this morning will focus on the idea that the world is turning a page after 2 decades of war.
He will also reaffirm that the United States is not turning inward, including as we look to the decision the United States made, the president made, to bring our troops home from Afghanistan.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki acknowledged yesterday that relations with allies like France have recently been strained.
Reestablishing alliances doesn't mean that you won't have disagreements. What you'll hear the president talk about tomorrow is that we are committed to those alliances, and that always requires work from every president, from every global leader.
This will be the first in-person General Assembly in 2 years. Because of the pandemic, last year's event was mostly virtual, but this year, 2/3 of the 193 member states are sending delegates here to UN headquarters. Coronavirus concerns are why President Biden will spend only a few hours at the UN. Tomorrow, Mr. Biden will convene a virtual COVID-19 summit. Its goal to reach a consensus about how to vaccinate at least 70% of the world's population. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
In our wildfire coverage now, hundreds of fire crews are on the ground in Tulare County working to contain the KGPE complex fire. It's burned now more than 23,000 acres, but it's still at 0% containment. More evacuation warnings have been issued, but they are not mandatory. The giant trees in Sequoia National Park appear to be safe for the moment. You can find exact areas under an evacuation warning or order up on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Well, the Windy fire also burning in the Sequoia National Forest, and it's scorched more than 26,000 acres and is 5% contained. A portion of the fire is burning in a remote area of the Tule River Reservation. And while the smoke situation is intense, fire officials say they're optimistic they won't need to evacuate the area. Financial help is on the way for those living in areas where a wildfire could spark. The state insurance commissioner issued a temporary moratorium for about 325,000 policyholders. Homeowners will get protection from insurance companies that unexpectedly canceled their protection. The decision will impact 22 counties, many of which were hit in the Dixie and Calder fires.
When you get a disaster, now they want to look the other way. Oh, we can't insure you no more. You know, that kind of thing. They just want to take 10 steps back, you know, make sure their wallet's still full of money.
And some homeowners are concerned their premiums could go up. State officials hope to offset that. They want to have more insurance companies provide rebates if policyholders complete mitigation efforts to keep their homes safe from fires. Well, September is Hunger Action Month, and we hope you'll join us in the fight to end hunger right here in the Valley. We're raising money for the Central California Food Bank. And if you'd like to help, we've got a link to donate at the top of our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Just click that link, scroll down to the green section of the page. You can give however much or little you'd like, and even just $1 can help provide up to 7 meals for those in need. Well, it's 5:10 now this morning. It's still ahead on Eyewitness News this Tuesday, supporting local fire crews with some dinner and dancing. We can do that. Details on the Firefighters in the Making fundraiser happening this weekend next.
And weather-wise, things are heating up a touch for us, at least for the next few days. Find out what you can expect by the end of the week coming up. But first, a look at the 4-day allergy forecast. That's brought to you by Boss Allergy.
You never take a break. And we won't either. Adding more local news to our award-winning lineup. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 5, 6, 7, and now 7:30.
Help our Valley kids thrive. Join CBS 47 and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Fresno County at the 25th annual Stepping Up for Kids virtual event, supporting kids in our community, Thursday, October 7th. Sign up at bgcfresno.org.
Expect more from the Sanger Solid Pre-Owned Sales Event from Sanger Chevrolet Buick GMC. Expect a huge inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs, all certified Sanger Solid.
Sanger Solid.
Expect the highest value on your trade-in, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a Sanger Solid 20-point inspection by our GM certified mechanics.
Sanger Solid.
Don't miss the Sanger Solid Pre-Owned Sales Event going on now from Sanger Chevrolet Buick GMC on Academy in downtown Sanger.
This is Sanger Solid.
We do it all at Closets by Design. Closets, garage, home office, and more.
Right now, take 40% off, plus get 18-month financing. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
I was born in Los Angeles, raised in a really tiny town outside of Sacramento. I found that what kids from the country and kids from the city have in common is that we're all on this journey to being the best us we can be. Morning in America has this very unique opportunity. We get to do something that's never been done before. And I know people think, oh, what could be so different about news? But when you actually go to the root of what people need, that hope, that's something that you can get hooked on. I want people to get hooked on Morning in America.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
Keep your credit stellar when applying for a home loan by staying current on existing accounts, don't open or close accounts, and call a mortgage professional like Country Club Mortgage.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Les Schwab. Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Welcome back. I'm Anthony Bailey here with a check of your forecast. We are in the midst of, well, heat wave almost in the making there. It's going to get pretty hot for us. We're talking upper 90s here for the next couple of days. So let's get you right to what we're expecting out there as you head out the door this morning. Taking a look at the Madera skyline there for you, Avenue 13 and Highway 99. Well, things are going to be heating up across the valley for us. It is a cool start out this morning, but we're looking at temperatures going from the upper 60s to the upper 90s. Quite a bit warmer than what we saw yesterday. Big gains in temperatures all across the or 62 Merced, 67 in Los Banos. Still in the upper 50s down to our south there, but take a look at this. You can see Madera already 10 degrees warmer than it was yesterday at this very time. We're going to feel the brunt of that later on today as we see temperatures hover just below the triple-digit mark, so not quite the heat wave status, but nonetheless, we're going to be shifting into those upper 90s here for the next several afternoons. Air quality been an area of concern here for a little bit now. You can see out east of Porterville there, south of the 180 in the unhealthy range for everyone. Moderate air quality as you come back around the 168 and also the 180 coming in from Shaver, and then the 41 up to Oakhurst. The Fresno metro area in the moderate range as well on this morning. Temperatures yesterday in the upper 80s. It was a pleasant day, right on target for where it should be for this time of year. 90 is your normal high, and you're talking the morning lows, they're back into the low 60s. As far as weather headlines go, the warming trend kicks off today. We'll see the highs jumping back into the 90s. Dry skies here for the rest of the work week. Here's a snapshot of what we're looking at, folks. 98 degrees on tap for today. We may have some areas in the South Valley that may nudge close to that triple-digit mark this afternoon. 94 by Thursday, of course, gives you a chance to taper down just a touch, but it won't be until the close of the weekend before we get a chance to see those temperatures back in the 80s. High pressure, that is fueling it. We're going to continue to see that ridge, which sits right over the top of California, shift a little closer to us, and the heat will intensify out there due to that shift in the system there. Air quality back in the moderate range for most of the region. Unhealthy air quality for Sequoia. Expect that to stick around for a while because of those wildfires in that region. That's going to be bad for a bit. Here's a look at the extended forecast for you in the mountains. This is your 5,000-foot mark. 80 today, 79 for tomorrow. And on the valley floor, we're looking at 98 degrees for today, 97. Are we kicking off fall, or is Mother Nature pulling us back into summer?
This is, and I speak for everyone, I think, when we got excited, we started pulling out those fall decor items even, and now I'm
like, pump the brakes just a little bit.
We're in limbo.
One more last week of summertime temperatures here, though.
All right, don't put the swimsuits and floaties away just yet, I guess. Not just yet. All right, still better than 110. Anthony, thank you.
By far, yeah.
We'll take it. All right, thanks. Well, firefighters work tirelessly here in the valley and all over our state, we know, to protect homes and businesses and wildlife from fires. And now you can show your support with an annual fundraising effort. This Friday is the Firefighters in the Making fundraiser. It's hosted by the Deaver Fund Committee in support of the Fresno City College Fire Academy. You can enjoy tri-tip and chicken dinner, raffles, silent and live auctions, and more. It's happening at the Kings River Winery in Sanger this Friday from 5 to 10. Some of those details up on your screen there. Well, it's 5:16 now, and coming up next, the latest TikTok trend creating issues at Valley schools, how the challenge has already led to thousands of dollars in property damages, and the new brew that'll give you quite the buzz. How much you can expect to pay for this limited edition pint next.
A savory power hour of food.
It seriously could not be easier.
With Queer Eye's Anthony Porosky and Sonny Anderson.
Does it hurt to be that smart?
Next, Rachel.
Today at 3, only CBS 47.
As a mom, you just don't give up. You don't give up wanting to hear them say, I love you again.
We just wanted Sam to find a life worth living, to find purpose. A happy life free of drugs and alcohol.
So you keep hoping and searching. And then we found First Steps.
Recovery starts here. Get help now from the Central Valley's leading addiction treatment provider. Call First Steps now or visit us online.
Denny's now has Bennies. Not just one, but many. It's the classic Benedict's plus 2 twists, so we really must insist. that you try 1, 2, or all 3 of our bennies. See you at Denny's.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good? Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso scent.
Wow. No braces, everything's hands-free. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is faster than braces and the clear aligner brand most trusted by doctors. Invisalign.
We're in Livermore, California. Our farm here is Source Pistachio Farms. With all getting these all-electric bills getting so high. My wife keeps on getting on my butt. How come the bill's so high? Well, we got a lot of trees out there. And I seen a lot of dairies putting solar in, seed farms putting solar in. That's when we decided to check into solar. Talked to Matt at Pickett, get his input. Because I like the way they just set it up. We like the tracking, the way it works. No surprises at the end when they got done, and we already see a big difference on the bill.
First Student puts you in the driver's seat with competitive wages, paid training, and possible sign-on bonus.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
All right, welcome back. TikTok's latest trend is costing some schools in the Central Valley thousands of dollars in damage. The vandalism challenge is called Devious Licks. And in just the 3 days, the Kalinga-Huron School District has had to replace tile, toilets, and more than 40 soap dispensers. The superintendent says the damage added up to nearly $20,000. Madera, Clovis, Fresno, and Tulare schools have sent parents notes to be aware of the trend, and consequences could include suspension or even charges with local police. Not good. Well, if you're looking for work right now, Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino is hosting a job fair today. It runs from 10 a.m. to 2, and they're looking to fill about 80 part and full-time positions, so just bring your resume and your ID. Masks and temperature checks are also required. Well, here's a few more positions open up on our job corner. Cafe Rio, Yum, is hiring a cashier. Chili's needs a prep cook, and Clausen Motorsports is looking for a receptionist. You can get these listings and more on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Just click that tab that says jobs. Well, stocks take a dip to start off the week, and calling all online shoppers, get ready for higher delivery rates. Elise Preston has more in this morning's Money Watch.
Financial markets experienced a sharp downturn yesterday. The sell-off was broad, affecting most sectors of the economy. The Dow tumbled 614 points. The Nasdaq was down 330, a drop of more than 2%. The S&P 500 fell 75. Cryptocurrencies were among the hardest hit category. Bitcoin, Ether, and Dogecoin all saw steady declines on Monday. Analysts say investors appear to be moving to less volatile assets like U.S. Treasuries. Using FedEx to send packages is about to get more expensive. On Monday, the company announced that it's increasing shipping rates by nearly 6% for home delivery customers, even a bit more for freight. The higher fees will take effect next year. The Wall Street Journal says FedEx chief competitor UPS is also expected to raise prices in 2022. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Elise Preston.
Well, hey, if you want to crack open a cold one after work or something, here's a new brew to try. It's just going to cost you. Samuel Adams Beer Company is selling a limited amount of their Utopia beers. They're $240 a bottle with a whopping 28% alcohol volume. And the beer is available October 11th, but due to the high alcohol content, it legally can't be sold in 15 states. I just question why it's so expensive. That's a unique purchase and a unique drink choice. I'll stick with like some water. 5:22 now this morning. Coming up next, the Grizzlies playoffs kick off tonight in downtown Fresno. And what's in store for Valley baseball fans? We tell you next in your morning sports.
Paul Mitchell, the School Fresno, is proud to be helping future professionals follow their dreams and reach great goals. We can help you pursue your career in cosmetology or barbering, and financial aid is available to those who qualify. Come make it happen now at Paul Mitchell, the School Fresno.
We think we have something rather unique here.
We have a client care center that handles all of our inbound service calls. They deal with approximately 10,000 inbound service calls a month. And their main goal is to make sure that anytime a customer calls our service departments, they get to talk to a real person. As far as I am aware, we're probably the only dealership group in Tulare, Kings, Fresno, and Kern County to offer that convenience to our customer.
Reported with the New York Times.
Hold it like this?
Yeah.
I love finding out things that other people don't want me to know.
I just wanted to say,
Find yourself in these situations and see who you are.
And that's just part of the bargain.
Attention, this message is for the survivors of abuse by the Catholic Church. Colorado, California, and Illinois have extended the window to file a claim for victims of childhood sexual abuse. It doesn't matter how long ago it happened.
If you or someone you love were a victim of sexual abuse by a priest, any employee, or other Catholic Church official, now is the time to hold these abusers accountable. We are here to help. Call Right to Fight now for a free and confidential consultation regarding your case.
800-793-6960.
You could be eligible for financial compensation after years of suffering in silence. Remember, you are not alone. More survivors are stepping forward every day to help stop the abuse.
If you or a family member were a victim of abuse by an authority figure in the Catholic Church, stand up for your justice and make the confidential free call to Right to Fight now.
800-793-6960.
The time to file in your state may be limited due to strict deadlines. Your claim may not be accepted if you wait.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Let's get you out to Green Bay. Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams and company trying to avoid going 0-2. Trailing in the third quarter against the Lions when Rodgers hits Adams for a big conversion on 3rd and 12. That led to a touchdown. Later in the quarter, it's Rodgers to Adams again. The ex-Bulldog caught 8 for 121, while Rodgers throws for 4 scores, including 3 to running back Aaron Jones, who had 4 touchdowns in total. Packers win 35-17. College now, where the Fresno State football team is no longer a secret. After their dramatic upset over 13th-ranked UCLA at the Rose Bowl Saturday night, they're starting to get a lot of national attention. It's almost unavoidable.
It's a challenge for everybody because the alerts pop up on your phone, right? And, you know, when there's 80 of them, you know, popping up every half a day, you can't help but take a look for a second.
Yeah, hard not to look when the nationally ranked Dogs are getting attention from the likes of ESPN. Sports Illustrated college football writer Pat Forty. Forty actually has them 8th in his poll, he does. So as the Dogs get ready to host a winless UNLV team Friday night, offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb has...
You know, what I told the guys was, hey, there's no question that was a legacy win. And that's going to be a lifelong memory, and that's special. There's no doubt about it. I will feel terrible if that was the last chapter of the book. You know, we got a lot of history left to write this year, I feel like. And so if they leave it at a win against UCLA and that's it, that would be a shame.
I feel like there's more big moments ahead for this team. Head coach Kalen DeBoer also saying Monday quarterback Jake Haener might be a little sore, but should be ready to go Friday night against the Rebels. Baseball now, we're going to have some postseason ball in Fresno Tuesday and Wednesday. After clinching the best record in the Low A West on Sunday, the Grand Jose the league title, and they're going to host 2 home games on Tuesday and Wednesday. Almost all tickets are $10, with kids 17 and under getting in free. The first 2,500 through the gates at the Chuck will get a rally towel. Finally, that video looked better than the rest. From Monday, it's Bemis' best.
Lewin Diaz, the only one on the right side of the infield. This one down the right field.
about that? Jesus Sanchez doing his best Kevin Mitchell impersonation. Longtime Giants fans will know what I'm talking about. The younger kids are going to have to Google Kevin Mitchell barehanded catch. The barehanded beauty from Sanchez helped the Marlins beat the Nationals. Perhaps more importantly, also gets him a coveted spot in Bemis' best. Meantime, ex-Bulldog Aaron Judge went 2 for 3 with an RBI Monday night as the Yanks beat the Rangers. New York, a half game back of the Jays now for the second wild card. The A's, who lost Monday, are 2 games back. I'm Scott Bemis, and that's a look at sports.
A deadly mobile home park fire took a man's life.
He saved everybody's life in his home.
Eyewitness News investigated and found this park state permit was suspended indefinitely months before the fire.
Who's going to be accountable for this?
The state failed to take action and closed a dangerous site. CBS 47 pursued answers.
We're going to make that place safe, which it hasn't been for a long time.
As a result of our investigation, Fresno City petitioned the state and is now taking over to protect our residents. Murrow and Emmy Award-winning Eyewitness News investigates on CBS 47.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of basic or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who've honorably served and their families. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
One, two, three, four, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all its beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another.
Real-time views where you live. The Valley Cam Network gives you the latest conditions live. See them on Eyewitness News or online at yourcentralvalley.com.
Pulse. Breathe it in.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by the Groppetti Automotive family. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
We start now with breaking news. Overnight, a deadly shooting in southeast Clovis. And this happened in a neighborhood near Temperance and Shaw. Police say 3 people have been shot. And we do want to get right out live to our Natalie Vera with more on the latest on what we're learning about this investigation this morning. Natalie.
Megan, we are learning more information. Like I had mentioned earlier, this is in the this happened on the 2700 block of St. Gabriel, and as you can see, police are actively on scene. They tell me that this happened at a home here on this block. They say that they're still processing that crime scene, and that one of the people that got shot, that person is dead. That person is still at that home. 2 other people are in the hospital. We don't have any specifics about their condition at this time, but police, they tell me that they're at CRMC. I did ask whether the 3 people involved in this shooting were perhaps shooting at each other or if they're victims. Police were not able to provide details about this at this time, but like I said, we know that they are talking to witnesses, collecting information and processing that crime scene. Like I said, 1 person is dead and that person is still at the home where this happened. Police also tell me that this happened just after midnight. They started getting calls around 12:05 this morning, so they've been on scene for several hours, and they expect to remain here for the next few hours as well. We'll bring you the latest information as that becomes available to us. For now, reporting live here in Southeast Clovis, I'm Natalie Vera. Back to you.
All right, Natalie, thank you for the update there this morning. And another officer-involved shooting investigation underway, this time in Fresno. Officials say a man is in the hospital in critical condition. And that shooting happened last night on North Valentine near Belmont Avenue in West Fresno. Fresno County Sheriff's deputies were responding to a 911 call from someone saying a man with a knife was trying to hurt himself. And officials say deputies ended up shooting the man several times. It's still not clear what led to the escalation or how many deputies opened fire. And investigators say people in and around the home during the incident are now helping with the investigation.
How did it, turn south like this?
You know, it's going to take time to kind of unpack exactly what took place, what was in the mindset of the subject with the knife. And that's going to just take place through the course of numerous interviews.
Investigators say the man is expected to recover, and we're told another person at the home may also have a knife wound. No deputies were hurt in this incident, and the Fresno County District Attorney's Office is helping with the investigation. We do have an update to a story we brought you as breaking news yesterday. Family and friends are remembering a 15-year-old killed in a car crash. Fresno police say Liliana Romero was one of 7 teenagers in the car when it hit a tree on Barstow near 4th Street. Officers say they found 5 passengers trapped in the back seat, including Liliana. 2 were seriously hurt, and police say 2 teenage boys ran from the crash, including the 17-year-old driver, who was later arrested, suspected of driving under the influence of alcohol. Family and friends held a vigil for Liliana last night, and they say they still want answers and accountability.
It's a nightmare that I'm trying to wake up from, and I don't think I'm ever going to wake up from. You know, I know that Lily is with us, and she's watching us right now. I know she wishes she wasn't part of this, and, you know, it was a different situation.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help with funeral expenses, and you can find the link on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. On continuing coverage now, we could find out today if the human remains found in Wyoming are in fact Gabby Petito's. They were found 2 days ago, and investigators say they match the description of the 22-year-old. The search continues for Petito's fiance, Brian Laundrie. Police say he returned from a couple's trip on September 1st by himself, 10 days before Petito was declared missing. His parents say he's now been missing for a week. An FBI agent searched the Laundrie family home yesterday, and law enforcement in Utah released a 911 call from August from a witness who says he saw the couple fighting.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
The Laundrie family attorney had been planning a press conference today. It would have been the first time a representative for the family has spoken publicly since Petito's apparent death. But last night, the attorney called off the press conference without explanation. And so far, the FBI has not released any details on the cause of Petito's death. Well, in the North Valley, fire crews expected to knock down a house in Merced today after an explosion linked to a possible drug lab. The home exploded yesterday at Colma and Derby. Take a look. And this is aftermath video sent in by one of our Eyewitness News viewers. You can see the moment the home went up in flames. They're sending a huge column of smoke into the sky. And police found a large amount of marijuana in the house. They believe a honey oil lab ignited, causing the entire home to blow up. And those living in the area say the explosion could be felt for blocks.
I heard a very large bang. And I was thinking, is that someone else in my house hitting the wall, or did the neighbors throw a basketball by my wall, or was it an earthquake?
And crews say a man was severely burned. He was airlifted to a burn unit in critical condition. Investigators say they're still working to determine who else lived in the home. No arrests have been announced. And we're keeping an eye on those stories for you this morning. But let's go ahead and check in now with our Anthony Bailey with our first look at that forecast. Hi, Anthony.
Good morning, Megan, and good morning to you at home. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning out there, but the temperatures are about to spike across the Central Valley. We'll start you off with what we're seeing right now. Live pinpoint Doppler radar dry, not only for the valley, but the state. The view of Mariposa, nice and quiet, not a lot of cars on the roadway yet. 60 degrees in Mariposa, 56 for Wawona. As you come down to the valley floor, we're at 67 in the Fresno metro area and 58 degrees there in Hanford. At the bus stop, you can expect 60s early in the morning, but we'll hit the 80s by your lunch hour with 90s looming large again on the way home from school. Stick around and look at the full pinpoint forecast is coming up.
All right, Anthony, thank you. And new this morning, President Biden getting ready to deliver his first speech to the UN General Assembly as president today. And the president is expected to continue to push for what he calls a reset with world leaders following 4 years of the Trump administration's America First policies. Aides say his speech will focus on the idea that the world is turning a page after 2 decades of war.
He will also reaffirm that the United States is not turning inward, including as we look to the decision the United States made, the president made, to bring our troops home from Afghanistan.
And this will be the first in-person General Assembly in 2 years due to the pandemic. And this year, about 2/3 of the 193 UN member states have sent delegates. President Biden will convene a virtual COVID summit tomorrow, and its goal is to reach a consensus about how to vaccinate at least 70% of the world's population. Well, the federal government is facing two possible financial fiascos, a possible government shutdown and the possibility the U.S. could default on its loans. Republicans say they will not help to raise the debt limit. Alexandra Limon explains why and what Democrats plan to do about it.
The consequences for our country would be catastrophic.
Republicans and Democrats agree that not raising the debt limit and allowing the U.S. to default on its loans would be historic and catastrophic. Still, Mitch McConnell says Republicans will not help to raise the debt limit.
Democrats want to build a partisan future without our input. So Democrats will not get bipartisan facilitators for their purely partisan spending binge.
McConnell says Democrats can raise the debt ceiling alone by including the measure in the budget reconciliation bill, which requires no Republican support. And to add to the government's financial problems, on September 30th, the government is also facing a partial government shutdown as agencies start to run out of Democrats announced Monday they will try to fight both problems with one bill.
The continuing resolution that we'll take up to avoid a government shutdown will also include a suspension of the debt limit through December of 2022.
Democrats are trying to force Republicans to vote in favor of raising the debt limit, or Republicans will be blamed for the government shutdown. Democrats are also attaching other strings to the bill.
And provide emergency funding necessary to settle Afghan refugees and those devastated by this summer's natural disasters.
And the Fresno Grizzlies are getting ready for the playoffs tonight. The team wrapped up their regular season Sunday, and they beat the San Jose Giants. And they'll be taking on the same team tonight at Chuck Chancey Park as a treat for those fans. So 17 and younger get in for free, and most other tickets are only $10.
We really want to make sure that we pack this place, but we also want to thank our fans for their support over this last year. We know that, everything for everyone has been really difficult over the last year and a half, 2 years, and to give our fans a thank you for their unwavering support.
The first pitch is at 6:50. The Fresno Grizzlies will host both Game 1 and Game 2. So we got to say go Grizzlies. Good luck to them. 5:40 now this morning. And still ahead on Eyewitness News, more West Nile cases reported now in the South Valley. We have the latest warning from health officials right after this.
And the calendar may say we're heading toward fall, but summer is holding on. Stick around. We'll walk you through what you can expect for the next several days. Straight ahead.
It's barbecue and football. CBS 47 wants to send you to the Vegas-LA game January 9th with airfare provided by Allegiant Air. Win a new Traeger grill from Fresno Egg Hardware and $100 in Harris Ranch beef awarded each week. Enter now at yourcentralvalley.com.
Dignity. It demands that you can do simple things with ease while managing chronic pain. It demands a better understanding of your glucose levels so you can enjoy movie night, and that your heart stays connected to your doctor so you know it's beating as it should. At Abbott, we fight for these moments, developing life-changing technologies because dignity demands it.
That was food stamps. This is CalFresh, the modern statewide food program that helps when money's tight.
Wait, we could use CalFresh here?
Here, online, and in stores. Plus, dollars double at most farmers markets.
We probably don't qualify.
You can get help, even if you're out of work short-term or own a car or home. Plus, it works just like any other card. Apply in 10 minutes at calfreshfood.org.
Let's go!
Everybody
is a beach body.
Let's go, beach body. Bring that heat.
Keep up with me.
Keep breathing. I didn't say it would be easy. I said it would be worth it. It's not about a size. It's a feeling. Are you in? Everybody is a beach body.
Denny's now has Bennies. Not just one, but many.
It's the classic Benedict's plus 2 twists, so we really must insist that you try 1, 2, or all 3 of our Bennies. See you at Denny's.
She was on Ellen's very first season.
I know.
Next Ellen, Melissa Etheridge. Plus, this TikTok singing star.
You're a FedEx driver.
Here is your package.
Today at 4, only CBS 47. Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Atlanta's Private Investigations. Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good morning. I'm Anthony Bailey here with a check of your forecast. Hopefully off to a good start there this morning. We've got some good weather news for you. It's a nice, cool, and calm start to the day for you. Let's show you what we're seeing this hour out across the valley on the Valley Cam Network. It's the skies over Visalia on our Kauai Health Cam. I'll tell you, a pretty pleasant morning across the Central Valley. Beginning down in the South Valley, Visalia, 59 degrees right now. Good morning in the Fresno area at 67, 62 as you travel into the North Valley there from Merced, Wawona en route to Yosemite. Now the temperatures compared to this time yesterday, well, that's up 10 degrees, in fact, warmer than it was this time yesterday for Madera, and we're looking at generally a pretty warmer day on tap, not only through the morning, but we're definitely going to feel that as we progress into the afternoons. Now, at this hour, the wind speeds are less than 10 miles an hour across the valley floor, only winds out of the east at 3 miles an hour, therefore the Fresno area. On yesterday, we had a high of 88 degrees. That puts us right about on target for this time of year. The normal high, 90, and the record at 104 will stay safely in place, but we will see a spike in temperatures today that gets us closer to that triple-digit mark. So here's what's going on with your weather headlines. A warming trend gripping the valley for a few days. It's going to shift temperatures today, topping out in the upper 90s. We'll see dry skies all the way through the weekend as well. 98 degrees in the near term for this afternoon, and then only down to 94 by Thursday with sunny skies and clear conditions across the valley floor, and calmer weather there continuing in the mountains as well. Large dome of high pressure situated over the Pacific is impacting most of the California, not only coastline, but inland as well. We're going to see pretty quiet conditions over the valley, and the temperatures will be driven up a bit, about 8 to 10 degrees hotter than where we started the work week off at. Here's what we're looking at for this afternoon. 98 degrees on tap for Merced, 97 for Madera, 96 in the Visalia area, and we're looking at upper 70s for Shaver with upper 90s there for the Yosemite Valley locations. Their air quality generally in the moderate range. You will remember, though, it's unhealthy for everyone in Sequoia, largely due to the conditions because of the wildfires out in that region. So keep that in mind if you're doing some hiking in that area on today, and hopefully not staying safe there. Extended forecast showing temperatures hovering just below the triple-digit mark for today. We'll be close to it again tomorrow as we kick off fall on a more summer-like note, and then we're down to 94 degrees on Thursday with 90 on tap by next Monday. So conditions are certainly improving for us. It's just going to take us a little while to get back to where we were this past Monday.
It's like that one friend who always just has to go a step further.
A little extra, as we like to say.
A little extra.
Yeah.
It's like that extra friend in your life starting to fall off with, you know, but it's not 110. That's what we said last half hour. We can't, we can deal. We can hang with this.
Yeah,
all right.
It's the Central Valley. We're used to the 90s.
We're used to it.
Here.
Yeah, we are. All right, Anthony, thank you. Well, this is not so good in the South Valley. 5 human cases of West Nile virus have now been reported in Tulare County. West Nile is spread through mosquito bites. Health officials are now warning residents to take precautions to try and avoid being bitten.
All this talk of COVID-19, but we have to remember there's other viruses out there, and the West Nile virus is transmitted to humans through mosquito bite. We have detected and reported 5 cases of humans in Tulare County in various areas of the county. It's not isolated to one area.
And the virus really can be serious. The health department recommends wearing insect repellent and long sleeves and pants if you're out at dusk or dawn. You should also drain any standing water where mosquitoes could potentially breed. Well, 5:46 now this morning, and coming up next on Eyewitness News, new rules for international travel mean you must have a COVID vaccine when the regulation takes effect.
Feeling trapped by your expensive cell phone plan? Here's the key. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Keep your phone and number with the same great coverage as the big carriers. Escape to a no-contract $20 a month plan with talk, text, and data. It's easy to connect. With our award-winning customer support team, no sleight of hand is required. Call, go online, or visit Target to get your new SIM card or phone today.
This message is for the survivors of abuse by the Catholic Church.
If you or someone you love were a victim of sexual abuse by a priest, any employee, or other Catholic Church official, you could be eligible for financial compensation after years of suffering in silence. Call Right to Fight now.
If you or a family member were a victim of abuse by an authority figure in the Catholic Church, make the confidential free call now.
800-817-2490.
The time to file in your state may be limited due to strict deadlines. Your claim may not be accepted if you wait.
Closets by Design does more than organize your home. Maximize space, plus add beauty and value to your home.
Right now, take 40% off, plus get 18-month financing. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN or visit closetsbydesign.com.
It's back and bigger than ever. Chancey Gold's $1.45 million Golden Wheel of Cash. Now through October 29th, just spend a total of $3,000 and you could walk away a millionaire. Drawings are Thursdays and Fridays at 8, 9, and 10 p.m. During every drawing, 3 winners will be called to the stage to spin the wheel, and every spin wins cash prizes. Earn entries daily only at Chancey Gold Resort and Casino.
Coming to you fresh-faced from home with Lash Blast Clean Mascara. 10 times the volume, clean formula that's cruelty-free and vegan. Works for me, works for us, works for the planet. Lash Blast, the clean mascara that works from CoverGirl.
This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
All right, welcome back. International travelers will be allowed back into the U.S. this fall. And Kelly Meyer reports on the latest guidance now, what people from overseas will need to bring on their trip to the States.
International travel is critical.
Starting this November, the U.S. will reopen